Shalom, shalom. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Mahawakan Kodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, meaning coming in the name, Ba means coming in, Ha means the, Sham means name, Rakah means holy, Kodash means spirit. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, who will well and teach well, because those are the men who I learned this truth from, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you sincere sisters that's listening in silence, as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah from the Servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much this lesson is going to be titled as Sex is Marriage According to the Bible. Yes, sex is marriage according to the scriptures. Now you have people still believing that you're supposed to go to a chapel church with a wedding ring and to get married. They believe in Esau's way is the way of marriage. So they claim that that's fornication, which fornication is actually committing adultery. You're performing sodomite acts. That's fornication. You know, adultery, doing sodomite acts, worshiping idols, right? Sleeping with close relatives. What's another thing? Bestiality. These are all steps and ways of committing fornication. Sex before marriage is not fornication. Okay, so sex is marriage according to the Bible, and we're going to go into this topic in this lesson, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So we're going to get the definition for marriage. Okay. Now it says marriage, right? It says an intimate and complementing union between a man and a woman, in which the two become one physically. And what is that they do that's become physically, right? Let's get it.
Intimate.
It says closely acquainted. It says familiar, close, intimate friends. It says private and personal, intimate details of his sexual encounters. You see that? Sexual encounters, which means to be intimate, is sex, because sex is marriage according to the Bible. So it says an intimate and complementing union between a man and a woman, in which two become one physically. And that's going into sex. Sex is marriage, right? It says in the whole of life, the purpose of marriage is to reflect the relationship of the Godhead and to serve him. Although the fall has marred the divine purpose of function of marriage. It says this definition reflects the God ordained ideal for marriage from the beginning. So sex is marriage according to the Bible. Okay. Sex is marriage according to the Bible. So, that getting on one knee and then will you marry me stuff, that's the way of the heathen. Okay, that's not according to the scriptures of the true way of marriage. Okay, we're going to prove it in Genesis 24 and 63. This is Genesis 24 and 63. It says, "And Isaac," who is Isaac? Isaac is the son of Father Abraham. Okay, that was Isaac. It says, "And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the evening tide, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming." So there were camels coming. Okay, he saw from afar of camels coming. Right, and this is when Father Abraham sent one of his servants, to go out and to look for his son Isaac a wife. And that's what the servant did. And he found this woman. Her name was Rebecca, right? And Rebecca, she agreed, right? She went with a servant to meet Isaac, to be a wife for Isaac. This is Genesis 24:64. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes. So as the camels were coming, um, Isaac saw camels were coming. She lifted up her eyes and she saw Isaac. So she saw Isaac. And she lighted off the camel, right? And it says, verse 65, for she has said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And she saw Isaac, and she was like, damn, this guy is attractive. Who is he? Right? And the servant said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself up. So she saw Isaac, and she was like, dang, this man is attractive. Who is he? Right? Verse 66, and the servant told Rebekah who he was. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done, right? He told him all the things that he had done. Verse 67, and Isaac brought her into his mother's tent. So he took Rebekah and took her into his mother's tent, right? And took Rebekah, and she became his wife. So if he took her into his mother's tent, how did she become his wife? Sex, sexual intercourse, sex. That's how she became his wife. He didn't go in there and get on one knee and propose and say, I do, and you may jump the broom and kiss the bride. That's not what happened. He took Rebekah into his mother's tent, slept with her, and she became his wife. It says, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So there you go. Sex is marriage according to the Bible. Okay? There's no if or ands or buts about that. Sex is marriage according to the scriptures. This is Deuteronomy 22:28. If a man find a damsel, and what is a damsel? A damsel is a young woman. Okay? We're going to get that out. A damsel is a young woman. Right? Salakia.
Damsel.
A young unmarried woman. That's what a damsel is. A young unmarried woman. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, right? A virgin, it says which is not betrothed. And that word betrothed, it means to be engaged. And we're going to get that out. Alright? This is just for those that are new in this truth that don't know what it is.
Betrothed.
The person to whom one is engaged. You see that? So this woman is not engaged. That's why it says, which is not betrothed, which is not engaged. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, meaning not engaged, right? She doesn't belong to a man. She doesn't belong to anybody. And lie with her. So that man finds a damsel, a young unmarried woman, lie with her, right? With her, and they be found, verse 29, because this is the true way of the ancient world, how things was done when you was to get married, by like having sex with a young woman, right? This is the true way of tradition of how it's to be done, how marriage is done. It says, then the man that lie with her, the Israelite man that lie with that Israelite woman, right? It says, shall give unto the damsel's father, pay her father money for his daughter, right? It says the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. So in the ancient world, if you was to sleep with a damsel, a young woman, right? You were to do those things, you would have to pay the father money for his daughter. That's how it was in the ancient world. You would pay money for his daughter. You would pay money. It ain't like how it is now, where you just go on a dating site and you guys are talking on a dating site, and then you exchange phone numbers, and then you talking on the phone, and then you freaking texting each other, and then you setting up and scheduling a day when you want to go out, and then you go out, and then you treat each other to dinner, and then you talks about the do's and don'ts in the relationship, and what's your plans in the next 5 years, and what's your goals, and I want to meet your mom and dad, and all that. That's not how it's done. Ancient world, different. Okay, it says, then the man that lie with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall become his wife. So there is no getting on one knee. There is no going to a chapel church and getting married and getting a ring. That's not in the Bible. Okay, it says because he have humbled her, he may not put her away all his days. So that Israelite man that slept with that woman, right? She was a virgin too, and it's a thing called popping cherry or whatever that was in the ancient world. When a man would sleep with a woman that's a damsel, a young unmarried woman that haven't been touched, and he slept with her, and he was to so-called pop her cherry, as they call it. He would take that blood to the blood that's on those sheets. He would take it to the Levitical priest, and the Levitical priest would announce them as being married. That's how it was in the ancient world. In today's society, it's not like that. You're dealing with court systems. You being with a woman that has already been ran through, and we're already committing adultery. But hey, that's why the Lord has mercy on us, because we're in a society that's wicked. So you got women that already lost their virginity when they were young. Some of these women have lost their virginity at 12, 13. They already done slept with people already. They already did all those things already. So by the time you are an individual that's grown and you're with a woman, she already done been touched. She's already done slept with that person, slept with a person already. But I'm just giving an example. And the difference to the ancient world and today, we don't really have wives, because the women that we already have, they already been touched already. So according to the scriptures, we're already committing adultery because we're with a woman that already been touched. But this is why, again, we're rehearsing the righteous acts, and the Lord knows, and we have a mercy, because most of our women in this society have already been touched already. They already done lost their virginity and things like that. But getting back to the main point, Deuteronomy 22:29, it says, "Then the man that lie with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife. Because he have humbled her, he may not put her away all his days." So that individual Jake cannot put his wife, put that woman away, unless she commits adultery, she breaks the law, things like that. Which, if you read up, it goes into that. A woman committing adultery, a man lying with his woman and all of that. If a woman was to be raped, things like that, how he would be put to death, things like that. So, the only way an Israelite man would truly be able to get his woman a bill of divorcement is if she was to commit adultery or to break the law, break the Mosaic law, anything like that. Just roughly paraphrasing. But that individual could not sleep with this woman and then after don't want her anymore, and then you couldn't do that. You was stuck with that woman. You was stuck with that woman. So hey, I just wanted to do a quick little lesson on this. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Mahawakah Kodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, who will well and teach well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word of truth and sincerity, and shalom to you, sincere sisters that's listening to silence as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch, and Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. So hey, sex is marriage according to the scriptures. So on to the next one. Shalom.